Because before becoming a saint, Princess Olga of Kiev.
That would absolutely be Orthodox.
Yes.
Awesome.
No, I okay. Let's get this out of the way. Later on in her life, after she has some grand adventures, which we will get into, she goes down the river to Constantinople. She meets with Constantine the Seventh. They have something of a friendship. He wants it to be more than a friendship because she is both beautiful and intelligent. But she says, well, you can't marry me because I'm a pagan. He says, well,
Have
we
I got
can
a deal
fix
for you?
that. And proceeds to teach her all of these things. And she says, okay, I would like to be baptized, and I would like you to be my godfather. And he says, okay, that sounds great. And helps to teach her, and like presides over her baptism and the whole thing, and then says, now we can get married. And she says, can't. You're my godfather.
Zing!
Yeah. And he just says, according to the record, he just says, you have outwitted me, Olga. And awards her a bunch of gifts, and she goes home. Lives the rest of her life promoting Christianity in Kiev and Rus. But really very few people join. It's only her grandson that really gets Christianity to take off. But because of her efforts, and because of her very close relationship with Constantine the Seventh, she is eventually granted sainthood. She is eventually canonized.
Sweet.
Let's go back in time. We've got this sainted lady that everybody loves and thinks is incredible.
Check.
We're gonna go back a ways.
We're going to do a redemption story in reverse. We're going to
Yes.
start with her redeemed, a literal saint.
I'm actually going to start with her father-in-law.
Oh, all the way back.
He is not a saint. He never becomes a saint. But in researching this, I found the Russian Primary Chronicle, or a translation of the Russian Primary Chronicle, which is the oldest record that we have of Olga of Kiev.
Cool.
I thought it was going to be very boring, because this is 10th century Russian history. And sure enough, there's a whole lot of this guy begat this guy, begat this guy, begat this guy. But then out of nowhere, you get stories like the story of Oleg and the siege of Tsargrad.
Okay.
Oleg is Olga's father-in-law. And he has made a name for himself as a warlord in Kiev and Rus, modern-day Ukraine. Well, Ukraine and Russia and Estonia and all kinds of places. He has made a name for himself as a warlord. And he sends messengers to the Greek city of Tsargrad and says, I'm coming to take all your stuff.
Get it ready.
Put up your dukes. Because I'm coming with 2,000 ships.
Oh, dang.
And they say, oh, okay. And they go, and being good engineers and being very clever, they go and they barricade the river so that he can't get his ships in. And he gets there, says, okay, fine, beaches all 2,000 ships, has his warriors put wheels on them.
What?
And when the wind is right, they sail their ships across the open plain to lay siege to the city.
Wow.
Yes!
I did not see that coming.
Oleg for the win! Tsargrad is so overwhelmed at the sight.
I would be a little bit taken aback myself, I'll admit.
I imagine it as Mad Max Fury Road, but every car is Matthew McConaughey from Sahara.
That's an image.
Tsargrad is so overwhelmed that they surrender and offer Oleg almost 1,000,000 grivna, which is 150 tons of silver
Oh, dang.
as ransom for the city.
By the way, the grivna is, to this day, the unit of currency in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Though the plural is grievin, by the way.
Oh, grievin.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, they
Grievin
were
is
these
one.
neat little. At that time, there were these little. They were these little rhomboid coins.
They
They're
are
really
not.
interesting. It's really interesting shape. But yeah, offered them. So I just wanted to tell that story because it was the greatest thing I've stumbled upon by accident
Out of nowhere.
while doing research.
Boats on wheels!